Hey, it's Megan. Welcome back to another cheap, not cheesy dollar DIY video, where the majority of the supplies used for these DIYs cost $1 each or less. These DIYs are great for year-round, summer, indoor, outdoor. There is a plethora of DIYs in this video and different ways to use them. And of course, you can customize them to your own style or liking. If you saw my last cheap, not cheesy DIY video, then you know that I had a wreath and I mentioned that I sold it, but I didn't disclose how much. It sold to $45. But a lot of things have changed like super fast in the past 2 weeks. The lady canceled picking it up, which I totally get. I don't want her coming here. I don't want me going to her. Everyone stay safe, which kind of brings me to my next point. I did change around how I was originally going to do this DIY video, or the DIYs in this video. I changed it to give you more options. So I do have a lot of the supplies linked in the description that you can buy online, or if not, hopefully you can substitute them for something else. And if still not, that's okay, it's cool. Hey, come back when all this calms down. This video will still be here, I'll still be here. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. So let's go ahead and get started. For this first DIY, all you need is a plastic or metal tray, pan, catering plate, it doesn't matter. If you are using plastic, or especially if you're using metal, snatch up some duct tape and then tape it across your tray. Because we're hot gluing to the tray, that's gonna help the hot glue stay. Hot glue like easily peels off a metal, and then some plastic it peels off too. 5 of Dollar Tree's 13-foot rope. Now they do make 9-foot rope, so if you're got the 9-foot bundles or style, you'll probably need 6 pieces of rope, I'm guessing. And then just continue wrapping in a circle starting in the middle. 3 pieces of rope, you will almost have your entire tray covered. So we're starting with our 4th piece of rope now, and we're no longer gluing to the tray. We're gluing rope to rope, kind of building up the sides of the tray. You see what I'm saying there? And I was able to do that 3 times. And once again, my tray is 14 inches wide. So if yours is smaller, you can do it more, you can do it less. Totally personal preference. Cut off that little bit of end rope, and we're gonna save that for later. Now, when I got to the bottom, I probably should have started hot gluing the bottom first. I don't know, this worked out fine. But when I originally took the rope and started gluing it on the bottom, there was like a little lip sticking out. So took the 5th piece of rope, divided it up into 3 pieces, all rope comes like this, and then just started hot gluing and wrapping it around. And you'll have a lot of rope left over if you do divide up like the bottom piece of rope. Then just using the leftover little scrap piece of rope, eyeballed and made some handles. And here we go. Our tray is finished. Super cute, super easy, and this is a fairly big size tray. Now, I do know that like you can take a lighter, totally burn off the little frayed ends, but that freaks me out to no end. Even though I've seen a million YouTubers do it, and they lived to share their DIY on YouTube, I don't know why. It just really freaks me out. Maybe I'll try it outside with the hose running so I don't burn my house down. By the way, if you don't have any Dollar Tree rope, I found a comparable price on Amazon, and that is linked in the description. And we are on to the next one, where all you need is some of Dollar Tree's tumbling tower games. A lot of y'all said in the comments that you have a bunch of these to use up in your craft stash. You can take some tea or coffee to stain your blocks, or regular wood stain. Then just take some wood glue or super glue. I like using super glue gel. Glue 3 blocks together to make a little square. Then just take 4 of those little squares, glue them together to make one bigger square. And that's it. That's all there is to the DIY. Now we have some really cute wood coasters. 1 box will make 3 coasters, so 3 coasters for $1. And these actually look pretty high end. I've seen World Market sell wood coasters for about $12 to $15. Even at Marshall's, wood coasters are $5 to, I don't know, $7. But if you have even more Jenga blocks you want to use up, I do have some other DIYs with the Jenga blocks, and I've linked those at the end of this video. Now we are on to the 3rd DIY, where all you need is any type of planter. My planter is from Dollar Tree, but any bucket or planter will work. You can use Walmart's 97-cent spray paint, or you can paint with chalk paint. Whatever you have on hand, use that. I love white, and I had Rust-Oleum spray paint on hand, so that's what I use. If you're putting your planter outside, add some rocks or something heavy to the bottom. If you're keeping your planter inside, omit that step. Then just take some floral foam, smash it down like really tightly together, some black paint or even dark brown, maybe burnt umber acrylic paint if you have that, and paint all over your foam. Then I ran out of black paint. Oh my gosh, I was so aggravated. So I went outside and I spray painted my foam, which works just the same. So if you were going to spray paint yours, spray paint your soil first, then cover your soil up with a paper towel or something and spray paint or paint your pot. So I worked harder, not smarter. I had to do it double time. But hey, now you have two options, right? Then just some of Dollar Tree's floral and greenery I've had on hand. Stick it into the foam, which is now our soil. So if it shows, that's okay. It still looks good just the same. I made 2 of these, and once again, going backwards here, I decided after the fact to add some twine. Totally would have been easier to do this before I added the florals, but it is what it is. Then 2 of Walmart's 97-cent boxwood, just 2 picks, and did the same thing, but I didn't add rocks at the bottom, and I really like the way that one turned out. The outdoor fern one from Dollar Tree, I don't know. I mean, Dollar Tree's ferns, I think they'd be cute on a wreath, but they're not the cutest. They're not the best. But the idea and the technique of this, totally love this DIY. And we are on to the 4th DIY, I think. I'm not sure, lost count. Where all you need is some type of metal pan. I got mine for $1 from Dollar Tree, and I was going to use this $1 chalkboard contact paper from Dollar General, but people seem to have an issue finding that. Like, I've never had anyone say in the comments, maybe like 3 times, oh, I found that too. So I also love this chalkboard spray paint from Rust-Oleum. It can be found in store at Walmart, or you can order online, linked in the description. 1 can lasts forever. 2 coats, you're good to go. And now you have a bunch of options. You can use like 5 to 7 bags of wood beads from Dollar Tree, but just know you will have to spray paint them, and I do not recommend using Walmart's 97-cent spray paint for that because it has horrible coverage. Or you can go online and get 120 extra large beads for $6.99, great deal. Or you can do what I did if you just love wood beads and get 1,000 wood beads for about $15.99 or $16. And I ordered 2 bags of them. So this is what 2,000 beads look like. I stained my beads, but that's just, once again, totally personal preference. I just like the way it looks. And by the way, one more option for beads. J Munee DIY made a video with some Dollar Tree supplies to make a faux type wood bead, and I have that video linked in the description. Then all you gotta do is just start gluing your beads all the way around your pan. I'm using Dollar Tree's pan, and I'm using the larger beads. I took 52 beads for me to go all the way around the pan. So when I say that you can use Dollar Tree beads, you'd probably have to double up the beads, or you'll need multiple packs because they're not all the same size. You get a lot of small beads mixed in with your large beads. Then another option for this, there's so many things to do with like this DIY, y'all. These are some magnets also from Dollar Tree, or you can use regular magnets you have on hand. Hot glued some little clothespins to them, and now it's a super cute message board. Or one more option here, take any florals, scrap florals. I save way too many florals. I save all my florals, really. Use some floral tape or some floral wire and like make them go crisscross. Add some roses or large flowers or a bow in the middle, and then hot glue magnets on the back. And boom, now you have like a wreath. And to hang this, by the way, I'm using one of Dollar Tree's ring phone holders, but you can use duct tape, hot glue, string, whatever you want. Anyways, I love the way this turns out because I love decor that can be changed and has multiple functions. I really feel like I'm smart for doing the magnets and the florals because that's cool because you can use it more like a wreath. But my favorite way to use it is like a message board. So yeah, I actually have this in our master bedroom. And it's just a cute little message board. I love the way it looks. And we are on to the last 2 DIYs where you can use one of these larger beware signs from Dollar Tree, or any of Dollar Tree's larger signs will work too. But I'm using 1 inch by 2 inch by 8 foot long wood from Home Depot, 98 cents, cut down to 4 pieces, is the exact same size as the beware sign. And so if you're going that route, which if you don't have that on hand, I don't recommend going out, but it's just an option to use wood glue, glue it together, and then just paint it white, or you can leave it raw and stain it. Then some of these hanging toolkits I've got from Dollar Tree a long time ago, tied some twine to hang it on the top. Dollar Tree's sticker letters, a lot of y'all said you have this on hand too. put it on the wood, and then just traced it out. Now, if you are leaving this inside, you can just use the stickers, but I'm putting this outside. So I traced out my letters and then went back with a paint marker, or you can use a Sharpie, whatever you got on hand. You can even use a colored pencil. I like to go back and sand because I think it makes it look a little bit more high end, gives it a nicer look, but hey, totally personal preference. Once again, then some twine, wrapped it around the bottom and wrapped it around the top. Boom. Call it a day, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and super cute for what? I mean, technically this cost me, let's say $2. I had everything else on hand, but if you didn't have twine, it'd cost you $3. And I'm assuming if you're a crafter, you have some sort of paint. But if you don't, definitely invest in some because you can use multiple DIYs for one can of paint. Then on the back, since I'm using the real wood, just some more of those little screws, put them in 2 little spots, 2 jars, any plastic or glass jars will work. Tied it with twine and then tied the twine to the little screw hook things. Then I whipped out my floral stash. And if you don't have a floral stash, if you're not saving your florals, totally start doing that. I reuse so many of my florals and granary picks and just picked out a few of my favorite pieces. Added some water to the jars because I think it looks more realistic and it helps weight it down. Even though I've never seen florals like frosted like this in real life, when my zinnias bloom, I will be adding these to the water because, you know, realistic is always better when possible. You know what I'm saying? As promised, to the left and to the right are some previous videos of mine using rope, Jenga blocks, and a few other of the items y'all mentioned that you have in your craft stash that need to get used up. So if you haven't seen those, check them out. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time, my friend.